Hello, friends. How are you? My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. Thanks for joining me today. Let's talk about Coinbase, or the stock symbol COIN. We're also going to talk about Cony, CONY. Huge news coming out here. Is it news yet? Is it official? I don't even know if it's official, but we have news for sure. The rumor on the street is that Coinbase is going to be brought into the S&P 500. That's right, the top 500 companies, and Coinbase will be a part of them. That's the rumor. So we'll go take a look at that. What I want to look at in this video is also, let's look at some other companies in the last couple of years, last 5 years or so, that have joined the S&P 500. How did they do before it officially happened and right after it happened, right? Because sometimes what happens, a lot of time what happens on the market is people, they buy the rumor and then they sell the news. And I think that maybe that might be happening with a little combination of Donald Trump saying that the market's going to be higher and higher, keep buying, it's going to go a lot higher. That combination has really shot this stock up over the last 3 days, right? So let's go over that. Also, I'm at 5,400 subscribers, which is insane. What's even more crazy is 54% of the people that watch this video don't hit subscribe or not subscribe. So I'd love to have you as part of the team. We're trying to take this team up to 10,000 before Christmas. I need your help by hitting that subscribe button. If you enjoy this content, even remotely, do that. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you enjoy about the content that I provide? And what are some things that you want to see me keep doing in the future? Because I'm always trying to evolve and make this channel better, more aligned with what you like to watch. That's the plan here, okay? So first of all, I have Coinbase's website open here. Look at this. When I said website, I meant Google page open here. What a massive day. The biggest pop this year for sure, 24%. That's its largest gain this year. Over the last 2 days, $58 going up, which is a massive amount of money. 46% in the last month here. And, look at that. Over the last 6 months, it went down right now. A lot of that had to do with around February 19th, February 13th to be exact on this one. And then another peak up here in December as well. But that's an impressive number. Now, we'll take a sidebar and we'll come back to this. The sidebar is this could be really good for Cony, which I'll put up on the screen right now. You can see the share price today way up. The share price over the last 5 days way up. As a Cony holder myself, I love to see this. My average cost is just over $16. And so you got to love seeing, a 16% growth in the last 5 days here. So what we love about it is this is going to absolutely smoke the synthetic option, which is a good thing. That means that's tons of money in our pocket. The bad side is that the Coinbase or the Cony people, they tend to do tons and tons of weekly calls, scattered, and generally that is whenever something rises this fast, this high, go back to coin right here. That's probably going to be a bad thing for our weekly calls, but I haven't even looked. Maybe they have cover or what's that called? Credit call spreads out there that maybe they are going to get triggered. But I'll do another video on that one tomorrow, specifically about the credits, the weekly credits, the synthetic and the credit call spreads. So stay tuned for that one. Let's get back to Coinbase over here, and then we're going to get into the other ones just to see, buy the rumor, sell the news, if that happened with them, and what to maybe expect with this here as well. So down below, we got Coinbase jumps 22%, heads for the biggest gain since post-election pop on the S&P 500 inclusion. So I guess that's it, right? I guess it is being included. Pretty massive. The crypto exchange is getting added to the S&P 500, a move that leads index investors to buy the stock to match the benchmark. Let's just go over some of the things here. So Coinbase shares soared more than 20% on Tuesday and headed for their sharpest rally since the day after President Trump's election victory, following the crypto exchange's inclusion in the S&P 500. The S&P Global said it's released late Monday that Coinbase is replacing Discover Financial Services, which is in the process of being acquired by Capital One Finance. The change will take effect before trading on Monday. Wow, that's coming up soon. Holy smokes, that's really good news. We'll talk about Tesla and how they got included in. I don't know if you remember where you were when that happened, but I do. I remember where I was because I was invested in Tesla when that happened, and we'll go over that as well. So stocks added to the S&P 500 often rise in value because funds that track the benchmark will add to their profit or portfolios. For Coinbase, it's the latest sharp move in what's been a volatile few months since Trump was elected to return to the White House. Coinbase shares rocketed 31% on November 6th, and then we saw with the graph earlier there that it went back down, didn't it? That was the day after the election on optimism that the incoming administration would adopt more crypto-friendly policies following a challenging and litigious, what is that word? 4 years during President Joe Biden's term. You know what's so funny about that, though? But I mean, they've done like what, one thing? They talked about this Bitcoin treasury, and they haven't done one thing other than that I know of. Maybe they have, but not really. Let's just read this last paragraph, then we'll move on to the other stuff, all right? The company and CEO Brian Armstrong were key financial supporters in the 2024 campaign, backing pro-crypto candidates up and down the ticket. Coinbase was one of the top corporate donors, giving more than, holy smoke, $75 million to a PAC, a PAC called Fairshake, and its affiliates. Armstrong personally contributed more than 1.3 million to the mixes of candidates as well. Wow, it's pretty impressive stuff. I found this just by Googling this. If you want to read more about it, I would definitely recommend you do that. And I'll tell you what, I'll even put the link in the description of my video so you can just go to that after you're done watching, okay? So yeah, Coinbase definitely climbing here. The entire market is climbing though, so to be expected. Let's take a look at some of the other ones here that this has happened to in the past. I used ChatGPT to help me out, and I said, give me 10 of the recent additions. I want bigger name companies that have gone to the S&P 500. Now, that's kind of like an oxymoron saying bigger name companies, because you need to be a bigger name company to get into the S&P 500. You want to be they want the top 500 companies in the US in there. And so here is a list. We're not going to go through every single one of these, but you can see the date that it happened for each of these companies. Now, I actually have a lot of these open right now on my screen. So the very first one, let me just minimize this thing, is going to be Airbnb. So here's Airbnb's share prices. Now, this happened September 18, 2023. So let's try and find that. September 2023 right here. Okay, so I'm going to move my mouse out of the way. Actually, I'll zoom in just a little bit if I can here. September, I lost it. 2023. I lost it, everybody. Let me re-find it here. There it is. Okay, so what we're looking at here, there was a big run up right until that date. Right, you can see the big run up here up the mountain, and then a big drop off. So that would be a what was it? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Right, that's that kind of incident. Now, who knows what else happened right around then? And I mean, since then they have actually lowered down to 138. So you know, it's been let's call it a couple of years, even though not quite, but you know, since here to here, down a few bucks from that day. The next one I have is Blackstone. And let's see here. Let's go to 5-year on Blackstone. And let's go figure out when this happened. Blackstone, September 18th. Same day. Hey, nice. That's cool. So September 18th. Let's go all the way to here. Now, this one's a little bit of a different story, isn't it? This one went up. But you can see the buy the rumor there right before this line, right? This is the date right here. And you can see that it did have a big climb all the way up to it all summer long. But instantly after they became the S&P 500, or in the S&P 500, it kind of went down about $20, or about what's this one? Oh, geez, even a little more. But since then they've recovered, and they've proven why they're a company worthy of this. Let's go to the next one. What else do I have here? Actually, let me go this way. DoorDash. Who here uses DoorDash? I've never used DoorDash before. Dun, 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 dun. DoorDash. When did this happen? December 18th, 2023. So a few months later than that. Let's go up and check out December 18th. There it is. Wow, I kind of nailed that. But again, look at the run up. Is that what's happening right now with Coinbase? Is that what's going to happen? Is the same thing going to happen? Something to think about before Monday. Now, I know we're kind of in a different era, aren't we? We're in the era of now green market greed, buy, because Trump is saying, the markets are going to get a lot richer. It's tough to think that on Monday this thing takes a nosedive, but you never know, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Who knows, right? December 18th right here. And I mean, DoorDash has kind of taken off ever since here. So good for them. Next one I have on the list is everyone's favorite, Moderna. Moderna. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this thing. July 21st, 2021. So just under 4 years ago. And that is right around the top of this mountain here. What a run up that was, though. I mean, right around, I'm gathering, COVID times. So look at the peak, though, right? It went all the way up to, what's that? 369 from 280, or from 348. Okay. And then look at the fall, though, after that. This thing's trading at $25 now. I think we all probably know the reason why. But yeah, I think I got two more up here. So we got Etsy. Anybody here know anybody that uses Etsy? I don't. I don't know anybody that uses Etsy, but pretty cool website, that's for sure, for arts and crafts, design, things like that. Where is it on this list? Down at the bottom, March 22nd, 20. Oh my goodness. I didn't look at the year. 2021, March 22nd, 2021. So we're all the way around here. Look at that. Look at the climb right before. I think you guys get the point that I'm trying to make here. Big climb all the way up to it. Announcement day, and then whammo. Falls off the cliff. Now, if the company is a solid company, then it will come back up. Today, everybody's talking about a V shape, right? There's the V shape sitting right here. Everybody's talking about the V shape happening. Now, this has probably a lot to do with some other things, but it's interesting, I think. The last one on here is Tesla. This one I actually was personally involved in. You know where I was when this happened? I was in a Costco lineup. I could probably take you right now to the exact line that I was in. I was just kind of waiting to pay for my stuff, looking down on my phone. S&P announcement happened in the post market, and boom, Tesla went up $50 in the post market. And it was so funny because I had been thinking about selling at the time. I was buying and selling Tesla back and forth, just trying to kind of not necessarily day trade it, but week trade it. And man, was I ever happy with my inability to sell it at that point, because it went up $50 in the post market. So when was that exactly? December 21st, 2020. All right, cool. Let's go take a look at it. Oh, I almost checked out my horoscope there. December 20th? Did I just look at that right? December 21st. Oh my goodness, what a day that was. I was pretty pumped. I remember calling my dad that day and being like, oh my goodness, it's happening. But here it is right here. You can see it had a pretty historical run up. That is nearing all-time highs around that moment there. And then just like every single other one that we looked at so far, the news came and it went down. So it's something to think about for this Monday, something to pay attention to. If I was somebody writing calls on Coinbase, maybe the Cony managers, the fund managers, that's something that I would pay attention to, so that whenever I'm writing my weekly calls, I want to maximize those numbers. But how can this be beneficial to us, the Cony shareholders. Well, they probably are going to get a juicy premium for writing those calls. And what's nice is if they put it closer to the price of Coinbase, they're going to get an even juicier call there, or premium, if you will. And that could be more money in our pockets for sure. Now, the calls for this week are probably going to get smashed out of the water. I want to make a video tomorrow about that. If you want to watch that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button on this channel right now. I would absolutely love to have you tomorrow as well. And, you know, we talk about Misty, we talk about Nvidia, Cony. Those are the big three over here. Super happy with the market today. I'm really happy with my decision of buying Nvidia, and that happened I don't know, like a month ago at $88. And you know, look at it now, it's 130. I said I'm selling it at 170. If it does the same thing it just did, we're gonna get there. I'm gonna be a pretty happy little duck over here. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling about the market today. How are you feeling about everything? Are you feeling just green, 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 or do you have some hesitation still? Did you buy the dip whenever it dipped, or did you sell in fear and panic mode? If you've been watching my channel, for me, I bought the dip, and I'm pretty excited I did. Yeah, here we are. We're getting the results of it right now. So my account still officially down about $6,000, only from share depreciation, price coming down as distributions have been going out. But I also have been taking cash that entire time. You know, earlier today I was down 8,000. So what a day it's been, right? If you enjoyed this content, my name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. I hope you hit the like button, the subscribe button. And if you want to become a member, I'm up to 12 now. Thank you so much to all 12 of you for supporting the channel. Also, those who've contributed through supers, you've been life-changing, and I really appreciate every single one of you that are here. I hope that I get to talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.